Hey guys, welcome back to the Vid-Bits. My name is Brian, aka Pops. I'm hanging out with you, and we are back with some more speedruns. Why does it look like it's double posted? That's weird. What's going on? Is this a technical glitch or something? I wonder if I got a weird button clicked or something. I'm not just looking to upload it twice. Anyways. Weird. Hey, what's up, Mega Man? Okay. The first run's gonna probably end up being a warm-up, especially if the dog ends up having to go out, because people are eating in the house. So, of course, when they're done eating, if they don't let him out, he'll come bark at me. Which is all good. But, appreciate you hanging out. Let's see what we can do here. Looking for that first bomb. There it is. There it is. Reminiscing of the old days. Popeye meets Alibaba. Heck yeah. Been watching a lot of Underdog and Rocky and Bullwinkle. Ooh. I wanted to tap it from underneath, that way it would have did a little bit of damage. Yeah, it's crazy how this system is. Some things are great. I will always just have the affinity for it because it's like I had an Atari first, so I knew NES existed, but like I had an Atari first, and I had to, you know, wait and pray I was gonna get mine, and instant classic's a good way to put it. I don't think I have to fight this room. Really would have appreciated a heart there. That went pretty well. I mean, I don't know, I think 10 years was considered retro, like, because, like, but 1977 video games, so NES 83, 85, 87 as far as, like, different regionally launched, depending if it was Famicom or the States. Maybe a decade was making what people decide what retro was. Was if it was a decade later. Maybe, I don't know. Give or take. Welcome, welcome anybody that's hanging out. Appreciate your time. Pardon me. Nice. $8.42. Blue suit and boogie. I got to boogie. I think retro also, from Nintendo's standpoint, was just a marketing thing too. You know, they wanted to sound cool when they said that was retro, when they declared it was retro, but like, also they wanted to make sure that they sold that stock of top loaders and stuff when they were pushing the SNES heavy, and they also didn't want people that were still invested in it to feel like it wasn't worth it being invested in any longer. especially parents that had just invested in it would have been a bad faith. Plus, I feel like companies from a standpoint were also like, you know, especially like Sony were saying at that point that they were willing to support their consoles for, you know, a decade, at least 7 years to 10 years. You know, when a current one was coming out, they want to make sure that people understood that the whole, you know, if you got in now, there's going to be a whole decade of support. So maybe like the last decade was considered the retro decade, and then like obviously retroactively everything before that as well. Maybe, I don't know. '90s, you know, retro sounds like, you know, a '90s word. I don't know when retro was popularized. Quantum Leap. Yeah, no, I get it. That's a small period of time for it to be like that. Hey, what's up, Tuck? I'm gonna run some Friday later. Alright, sub 13. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, come on, that's not pretty good. Luckily, we're not on the disc system, because then we'd have to be waiting for a whole loading screen. Like, I thought, if I just turn to the side, it's not gonna... I just didn't want it to fling me halfway across the screen. I agree. Nobody really did see the explosion of 3D hit coming. But also, 3D was able to be a thing for a while as a catch-all because you were converting all those characters from 2D to 3D for the first time, number one, and number two, not all of it was done good. So sometimes it took a while and you could tolerate it. It was like hoping that you were going to get the first good 3D adventure from whatever character. Retro needs to be at least 2 generations old. I can agree with that. That sounds about right. Remember, you have to at least have 3 bombs, so don't go wasting them all there. Make sure you get caught by a pancake. Because if not, you're going to shoot them halfway across the room. And it's going to be difficult to get the damage done quickly. And we got the pile of sticks. Tank controls. The reason why I could never enjoy the Resident Evil series, especially on like the PlayStation, like I'm slowly getting into it a little bit more. The newer ones, obviously. And I always heard that 4 is like the best, but yeah. Oh, did I end up dropping it anyways? That's pathetic. My goal was to not use that bomb. Weak. Now we gotta do other thing. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Wasn't Mega Man Legends also on the 64? Which version is better, the 64 version or the PlayStation 1 version? Voice acting. It's a PlayStation. Yeah, I've not played it all the way through because of the tank controls, to be honest. But I love Mega Man, so I mean, especially the first 6 games and Mega Man X through the first 3 X games. We lost some time because I used that stupid bomb, so we had to go get that key on the right side room where we normally wouldn't be doing this path. But it is what it is. We routed it differently, and yeah. That's what happens if you misuse your bombs. Yeah, I'll definitely have to give it a try. What sorcery is this? Oh. Fans are always gonna find a way to make things better. Which is great. Dude, what I would love to be able to do is get like an old school Apple IIe and like be able to find a way to screen mirror it or like show the gameplay and like play stuff like Number Munchers and Sticky Bear Typing and Oregon Trail and stuff. But like I'm sure I could probably find a way to something that simulates DOS or whatever. You win! God, these guys are beating the crap out of me. And then so I can't get my freaking counter up for my bombs. Tie! Yeah, Splatoon Raiders. Love that game. Can I please get bombs from one of you guys? Nope, because I keep getting hit. But it happened anyways, so hooray! Get out of my way. Not my best time, but not that bad. 24:11 or something like that. I'm playing more retro than ever. Damn RAM prices. There's those freaking bombs again. I used a candle on something. But no. Rupees. Drinking again? No, haven't been drinking I haven't drank in a long time, man. Not the best for my specific build of health. Yep. Let's see what we can do here. Ah, you bastard. There we go. Need that key. Oh, weak. It's been a while since I've had to go through an animation cycle. Almost two. It's all good. I feel like the thing about PlayStation ROMs is if you, especially if you own the original one, I mean, disc rot's eventually going to be a thing. So as long as you know what I mean, like, if we're not even talking about the gray area situation, like, literally, if you own like the disc and stuff, you're telling me that you're just supposed to just never be able to play it again once the disc rots, even though you bought it at some point. I don't know, it's weird. I mean, I had a copy of Lunar Silver Star Story that I had never played and was in pristine condition. So opened it up to make sure all the contents were there. And then when it came time to finally get into it, it just, because of who I got in it from originally, and it was just, I don't know. I don't know if the conditions were not kept perfectly or whatever, but one of the discs snapped just upon cleaning it. And it was I didn't blame him or anything because everything else was in amazing condition. So it's just like, I don't know. Weird. Those guys are definitely going to be there when I get back. That was pretty good. Alright, you do what you gotta go do there, Tech. In case you were sad you didn't get to hear the noise of me getting in there since I get in there sneaky style. There's all my friends like, no, what are you doing? Yeah. My thing is this, I spent so much money many times on games full price that I've not gotten near the amount of joy that I've gotten out of something like this that I may have bought a couple times to get the cartridge back again. But like, you know, I don't know, it's just crazy to me. Just crazy. It's just whatever, I'm also, could just be me. And then you face north and you blow the recorder. It'll take us to the next dungeon that we need to go to. We go up again, and then we hit the recorder again. And now we will be closest to where we need to be. No more walking. Warp warp. hope you'll be okay. I understand the depression all too well. I just do my best to stay busy, and I have a lot of people that rely on me, and that helps too. But I apologize that I haven't been streaming as much. I had to get another job situation outside of this figured out. Things are starting to be a little bit more consistent, and look at my energy levels to the point where things make more sense. I guess I could have grabbed that clock after the 5th one. Somebody wants to give me a boom boom. Yay! That's just great. Now we don't have to really quest for any more booms. Switch to your recorder. Bam, grab the heart. I'm glad that you got the refund that you were after. I don't think I faced the right way. I didn't. Oh, this is close enough, I guess. I should have faced the other. I faced the wrong way. I should have faced north, and I would have got where I wanted to be. That's okay. We're still pretty close. Messed up my directions. I got excited and went the wrong way, and now I'm paying for it badly because I actually went. I got the first way was the right way. Anyways, warm-up game. That was not how you route that at all. All right. Don't hit me with an arrow. Hooray. Because I screwed up the freaking thing, then I can't get to where I needed to go after then. That's crazy. That blows my mind. Can you just take me to 1? No? Alright kids, just know that if you mess the whistle thing up, or the recorder thing up, then you have to do all that stuff, so. Anyways, this is pretty close, I guess. In a not close at all way. Warm-up game. Yeah, depression is one of those things that you just can't mess around with, but just realize that more likely than not there is some sort of avenue to get some sort of at least sympathetic ear, which should hopefully at least ground you in the moment and hopefully get you in a situation where you can start to generate the momentum you need to get out of it. But Chief is here. No, Chief, I don't have any more food in here. That Patra is gonna be pissed I snuck by him. I don't know why I wouldn't show what you wrote, Tech, but it censored you. I'm sorry that happened, man. Not too bad. Well, I'm glad that you had a support system, man. I really am. I'm definitely sorry that that happened to you, and as somebody that was abused when I was growing up and was in foster care because of it, I completely can empathize to a horrible situation. So, it was my mother's abusive boyfriend, so and we both got the worst end of it. So I completely can be on the understanding side to being pulled out of bed in the middle of the night and just taking it out on whatever was going on. So not to get so down about it, but definitely can appreciate that you survived it, and I'm very thankful that you're here. And yeah. But yep, absolutely, 100%. Looking at my Miss Pac-Man arcade one-up machine, the high score right now is 152,620. Pulled off 113,520 earlier today, but it's a pretty hard score to beat. Playing on maximum lives and fast mode. But I am going to let the chief out real quick, and I will be right back and do the second run of the stream. And then, yeah, we will then, after a small pause, switch into some Friday the 13th speed runs, which I haven't done in a while, so that'll be fun. They both have kill screens, but I've never seen the Miss Pac-Man one. All the Pac-Man ones do, I think. I think even Pac-Man Plus does as well. But I don't know if Pac-and-Pal and Super Pac-Man do. You didn't, man. We were talking about depression, and you shared, and it's okay. And I just ended the game, so we only lost 2 people. They could have only been watching to see the end of the game, so don't stress, man. You're a friend here. You're a supporter. You don't come in here in grief or anything like that. But we were talking about a very serious topic, and me and Braden are very, because of him having to deal with me and stuff like that growing up as well, but also because I'm very passionate about the fact that it shouldn't be forgotten or not considered important, but men's mental health is very important too, so love you guys, man. Seriously. But give me a minute, and I'll be right back after the Chifos goes out for the last time of the night, probably, and we'll do one more Zelda run. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, thank you. So literally let the chief in, just takes my spot. Well, you're gonna have to move. Just a little bit. Thank you, sir. That's all I needed, just a little bit. There you go. You know that spot. Yeah. You're a good boy. Thank you. Alright. Let's make sure we don't incorrectly record her now. Waste a bunch of time. Hopefully, boom management is good too. Either way, hanging out with the peeps, and Chief is hanging out, which is awesome. Whew. Well, look at that. Never would have thought as a kid that in 2.5 minutes I could have the money to get the candle that quickly. And then you're right here. I just remember just going around fighting everything and grinding all the rupees for it. That's nice. Well, I'm glad that you're doing the best that you can with nonverbal communication, and I'm sure that's a really rough thing, man, so definitely respect. Yeah, of course. Development happens at different times and stuff, and again, patience and grace and all that stuff. I feel like it was comparable to the last one. Sign language is awesome. It's awesome. Now, when you go into the fairy fountain, if you go in and out of your menu real quick, it will fill your hearts just a little bit faster and make it so that it doesn't linger on the ring for a couple seconds longer than you want it to after your hearts are filled. Alright. Gee, what's up, man? Jeez. When you find yourself in the case where you have this much muns, you can use these rupees to go right here. rupees. I got 2 rupees. I got 2 rupees. Hey, 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 hey. Thirty comes awfully fast, absolutely. Thank you very much, Tech. You have a great night as well. I really appreciate you, man, and thank you for stopping by. I really, really do appreciate hanging out. See you again soon. Right, as long as we get 1 rupee, we're gonna be okay. But we gotta get 1. Do our free door trick, and we don't have to do the routing now because we have bombs this time. That's gonna be good. It'll be in this room that we get the rupee drop. Jeez. Sloppy swordplay. That was pretty fast. That's a clean getaway. There we go. I don't even know I switched it over. I needed to have it still. 81, which is how much we need. need some booms. Hey, it's everything I needed. Oh, come on, man. I really don't need this. So therefore I don't know why I did that. I guess it means I could shoot a lot of arrows if I wanted to. Which I usually don't, so... $23, $28. That's not bad. Definitely could have been better. Definitely could have not used that potion. Block clip. Could have been better. Why'd I do that? I did it again. Right. get full Triforce time, but yep, I went the wrong order, so it's gonna keep doing stupid shit like this. Alright, I get it. I'm not allowed to go to the fucking Dungeon 1, which is where I want to be. So I just don't know what I did wrong again, but I did it again. Sad. I guess before I run this again, I gotta look and see what the hell I did wrong again. Because I didn't do it last playthrough, not like last playthrough, but last session. If you do the whistle or the recorder in the wrong order at all, then you cannot warp the way that you want to across the map. Room for no mistakes. $45.27. I feel so compelled to get what I messed up, because that's like minutes. So let me think about what I'm making mistakes on. So after 5, I whistle once, and it takes me to 2, and then I whistle again, and it takes me to 3, and then do 7. After 7, I go south the screen, and I face north, and I whistle once, and it takes me to 2, and I can do 8. Then I just face down, I think, and it should take me to 1. I don't know. Either way, kinda want to run it one more time. Excuse me. But then again, there's other things I can be doing. Other games to run. You know. That sort of thing. So we'll probably just work on that then. But thanks for hanging out for my late night. Zelda stream. Got a couple good times in. Alright. Thanks to everybody that stopped by. Really appreciate it. And, yeah. Until next time, guys. It's been Brian, aka Pops from the Vid-Bits. We've been playing some Legend of Zelda, working on our speedrun times. And until next time, good gains, good goals, and good RNG, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.